bedding. And there's Captain Webb loading. Looks like we're ready. Here's Terry Spargo.
Racing, Waldvogel from the inside, and Desert Lynx began fairly. Classic Punch actually won the start. Captain Webb came out well, but is not going the early pace as Gravitas's red cap pushes up on the inside, and they're crawling down to the judge the first time. Classic Punch the leader, Gravitas second, and Captain Webb is a lot closer tonight because they are dawdling to the turnout of the straight. A length and a half away is Desert Lynx on the inside of Sands Book with Waldvogel on the rail. A length to Bruges inside of Young Mick, and the last pair are Malakat and Munsif as they turn out of the straight and go to the back with 1,800 metres left to travel. Classic Punch by 2 lengths over Captain Webb, the favourite, who now slots into second behind the leader. 2.5 lengths to Sands Book, and 3/4 of a length away is Gravitas on the fence. Another length then to Desert Lynx, and a half length to Waldvogel. 1.5 to Young Mick on the outside of Bruges. Malakat second last, and Munsif on the inside whipped the field in as they went to the back. They're at the 1,400 metres peg. Classic Punch by more than a length over Captain Webb with a break of 3. Might be 3.5 lengths to Sands Book on the outside of Gravitas. Then 1.5 to Desert Lynx. Waldvogel on the fence, a length to Young Mick, a half length to Bruges on the rail. Then Malakat and still Munsif on the inside. Whip them in as they travel down the side. They may have lifted the tempo just a notch, but not too much, and with 1,000 metres left to run, Ryan Moore is still making play on Classic Punch, still leading by a touch more than a length over Captain Webb, the favourite, who's been given every chance by Ted Durkin. 2 lengths away is Sands Book with Gravitas on the rail at the 800 metres pole. A length to Desert Lynx, and then Waldvogel, Young Mick, Bruges, Malakat, and Munsif is still last. The order's been the same for a long, long way. And coming around the bend, Classic Punch moved away from the fence, gave Captain Webb a run on the rail. Sands Book goes back to the inside, then Gravitas, Desert Lynx, and Young Mick. Classic Punch still with something in the locker. Tackled by Captain Webb on the inside as they get to the 300 metres mark. Captain Webb is drifting towards the outside rail. Captain Webb on the far rail. Gravitas between them with Sands Book. Old Young Mick running a race right down the outside fence. They're stretched inside to outside. Young Mick. Old Mick's in front. 50 metres left to go. Young Mick in front of Classic Punch, and Young Mick's back in the winner's circle. He beat Classic Punch. Sandbook was third, Captain Webb fourth, and Gravitas, Waldvogel, Malakat, Munsif, Desert Lynx and Bruges.
Now what you couldn't see, and I could on one of our off-air screens, was George Margarson jumping up in the air like a madman. And, well, you can't blame him, because Young Mick, the 7-year-old, has come charging through here under John Egan to win the last race of the night at Nad El Sheba. He's won it quite comfortably in the end here from David Ellsworth's Classic Punch. So it is a 1-2 for the British trainer. Sam Book back in third. Well done to George Margarson, though. Young Mick, who's been around for a fair old while, and he's got a smile beaming from ear to ear at the moment. Let's have a look at the finish of this race. Classic Punch under Ryan Moore in front here, looking for the late double, wasn't he, Ryan? You can see there Gravitas in the green with the red cap, but all of a sudden here, Young Mick is produced. And I don't know about you, I thought, well, that's going to win it, surely. And he's come powering through here. Young Mick gets up on this near side rail. Don't know how often we see him come down this near side, but it's worked here. Classic Punch back in second place. Well done to Young Mick. Huge performance by him here. Of course, he ran reasonably well on both his starts in the desert this winter. He was second on his first run behind Age of Reason, right down the near side, the left as we look. And what a big performance this is indeed for this 7-year-old son of King's Theatre, who's been returned 6-1 in the market here. He was joint second favourite. There are the celebrations getting underway. Classic Punch called second. We need the third, of course, as well for you in a moment, but there is the winner. So he'd run well in both his starts in the desert this winter, having had a fairly busy spell of it on the turf beforehand. This is George Margarson watching the finish with his daughter, and there's the embrace. Absolutely fantastic stuff, isn't it? That is what it's all about. £62,000 for the winner, or the equivalent of. And young Mick coming back here under John Egan. Certainly not unfancied. 6-1, second best in the market. It's his 12th career victory from 51 career series being led back in. In fact, they're still waiting to call the second. So we'll hold fire on that just for a moment. Did look as though Classic Punch had got second, but no confirmation of that just yet. And here's the winner coming back with all the stories to be told. Nice way to end the night at Nad El Shib. And of course, we're back there tomorrow as well from 3 o'clock for another full card, including the big race for the fillies, of course, tomorrow, the Balanchine Stakes.
Bet365, your odds-on favourite.
When will your headache go away? That may depend on what's in your stomach, because ordinary paracetamol tablets may sit there for up to an hour. New Panadol Advanced tablets with Optizorb are a smart choice. They break up in the stomach up to 5 times faster, which means they can get to work at least 30% faster than ordinary paracetamol tablets, and are easy on the stomach. New Panadol Advance with Optizorb, a smart choice.
Please sit down. Liedam. Just relax. You must resist.
I will resist the mild